Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. Today we're going to do a short video on a couple plant species. So we're going to take a look at sedums, sempervivums. So we'll just take a look at some of the ones I grow, go over some of the reasons as to why you might consider these for your garden. So one of the first ones just to come across here, and one of the more tropical ones that you can get is your aeonium. Now there are a few different varieties of these that do grow. Some are hardy in the UK, some are not. So certainly investigate this before you do purchase. Also for care wise with these guys, they do like a kind of very good drainage, and you know, for something like this I've got it planted in my little gravel bed here off the back, where we've got the large butea, the yucca jewel cordyline, as well as the yucca as well there. So just looking down guys on this one here, so once again, drainage, very good drainage. I will be bringing this one in, and is one of the less hardier varieties here, but you can see size wise, you know, it's a pretty large rosette that you get with these here, and they can get much larger and put on almost a bit of a kind of trunk with the aeonium varieties. Just looking down here guys, this is one of your Sempervivum. Now with the Sempervivum, again, a variety that I find is great for sort of all different types of gardens. Doesn't necessarily have to be a tropical garden. With the Sempervivum varieties, for the most part they are fully hardy in the UK and will remain evergreen as well. So great for that kind of ground cover when you are kind of planning and planting your garden. Just behind the butea here guys, we have one of the sedums. Now again, another variety here. This is the blue spruce that is ground hardy as well. Is fully evergreen as well as hardy pretty much throughout all of the UK. So down to around about -15 with these types of ones here. Now, as you can see, the way this one will spread is simply by kind of putting off these offshoots, which will then dig into the ground, and as they lay on the ground will start to lay some roots, and you can simply just pluck those off for propagation and place them all around the garden. Just simply lay it down on a bit of soil and that should continue growing. So very easy to care for plant here. Now let's just come back and take a look at our Sempervivum rock garden. Now as we come back here guys, it is a little bit messy, so I do apologize on the mess and the weeds. Again, lots of projects going on this year. Certainly check them out on the channel and a more recent garden tour if you haven't yet. Of course, drop us a like and subscribe as well if you're not already following the channel. Just on from that guys, we are now at our old water feature. You can see just down here we still do have kind of a remnants of a pond, which is in our center bed off the main garden. Now just coming a look down, another variety here guys of your sedums, as well as some of the other sempervivums that we do grow. You can see the pops on the sempervivum, really lovely colors on these. Again, very simple propagation. You can see where it's actually just fallen off the mother plant, and you can just place that anywhere you'd like in the garden there. You can just see the root that it's already put out as well. Now just taking a look at one that's flowering at the moment guys. Now when these do flower, another name for these is Hens and Chicks. The mother plant that is flowering will die, and it will just send off lots of these little offsets. So it's one that will just continue growing and spreading as long as you allow it to. Now again, drainage wise guys, you can see on these ones here, they're literally placed on the top of a rock with very little dirt. So on the hot days I do keep it pretty well watered, but of course you know, it does aid for sort of the winter as well with the better drainage on that one. So again guys, why consider these for your garden? Very easy to grow, very easy to propagate. You know, move them around, it will keep spreading and kind of putting off the offsets as well once it gets established. So very easy to care for, and of course evergreen and ground hardy, so for the most part. So certainly check the label before you buy, but one to consider for your garden, and pairs up very nicely, I believe, with the tropical gardens as well. Now one last thing to mention guys, these do flower in the spring, so again, great for spring interest. Very tiny little white flowers you can see here. Now this whole bed was completely covered in white flowers in the spring, so again, a bit of interest for that early part of the year. Now of course, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.